Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Hope everybody had a blessed day. I did. Hoping everyone is bringing the Shabbat day in peace with their family, eating their dinner, already ate. So we're going to start right now with Deuteronomy 92. Turn that down a little bit. Psalms 92. Hallelujah. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yah and sing praises unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness every night. Upon an instrument of 10 strings, upon the psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, O Yah, hast made me glad through our work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Yah, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doeth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when the workers of the iniquities do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, O Yah, art most high forevermore. For lo thy enemies, O Yah, for lo thy enemies shall perish. All the works of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shall I exalt like the horn of the wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eyes also shall see my desire of my enemies, and my ears shall hear the desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yah shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show Yah is upright. He is my rock, and there is no righteousness in him. Hallelujah. We're going to go to Psalms 125. Hallelujah. They that trust in Yah shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed but abideth forever. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so Yah is around about his people, from henceforth even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous. Let the righteous put forth their hands to iniquity. Do good, O Yah, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, Yah shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Yisrael. Hallelujah. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 6, starting at verse 4. Hallelujah. Hear, O Yisrael, Yah our God, Yah is one. And thou shalt love thy God with all thy soul, with all thy might, with all thy soul, with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk to them with thy sentence in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. And it shall be, when Yah thou God have brought them into the land which we swore unto our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and to Yaakov, to give thee in goodly cities, great and goodly cities which thou hast buildest not, houses full of all good things which thou hast fillest not, wells dig which thou hast diggest not, vineyards and olive trees that thou hast planted not. When thou hast eaten and be full, then beware, lest thou, O Yah, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, thou shalt fear Yah our God, and serve him, and swear by his name. Ye shall not go after the other gods of the people which are round about you. For Yah thou God is a jealous God amongst you, lest the anger of Yah thou God be kindled against thee, and destroyed from the face of the earth. Hallelujah. So that Yah for all things and everything that you have given us. I want to give you all praises, O Yah, for giving me breath of life, for me to be able to come before your people, O Yah, my peers, my community, and hopefully bring forth a word and some knowledge that will not lead anybody astray or cause anybody to feel any different about your laws and your path of righteousness, O Yah. I pray that you continue to keep us all safe in this time that we are in, y'all. With the time of the COVID-19, all the racism, the systemic racism and everything else. I ask that you continue to keep us safe. I ask you continue to watch over us. I ask you continue to pour knowledge upon us so that we know our ways and know our rights and know our laws and know that the righteous way is the only way, oh yeah. I ask that you continue to give the breath of life to my family, oh yeah, so that we can continue to be the light that you have bestowed upon us, oh yeah. I ask that you be with our elders, oh yeah, those who are well and those who are sick, those who have underlying issues and illnesses, oh yeah. I ask you to continue to watch over them and shield them and protect them and give them many more years so that they can be amongst their family, oh yeah. I ask that you be with those who are incarcerated, oh y'all, who can't be around their people and serve your name, oh y'all. But I ask you continue to instill in them that you are the one and only, and that you will stay in the forefront of their minds and their hearts, so that when they are released from that place of many doors, oh y'all, that they can continue to praise your name amongst their people rightfully. I ask that you continue to inspire us and continue to be with us so that we can continue to be that great nation that you have proclaimed us to be. Hallelujah. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, for without Him, we are nothing. Without Him, we don't exist. We don't breathe. We don't have what we have. I ask that He continue to give us life so that we can continue to be the light. I want to ask the Most High to continue to give life and stability and strength to Hanasi Zippor and continue to guide, shield, and protect him. I ask the Most High to watch over him and anything that he might be going through, whether it's externally or internally, and to shield him, protect him, and give him many more years to be a pillar in this community. Next, I want to ask the Most High to continue to watch over Prince Natael Bain Hanasi Zippor and continue to watch over him and give him the knowledge and the strength and the health to continue to guide us as a nation and to continue to teach us and also be a pillar in this community, but also in his family and his household. I ask the Most High to continue to guide, shield, and protect my husband, Prince Yakael Bain Hanasi Zippor, and continue to be a teacher, not just in this house, but also amongst our youth, amongst our people, our brothers and sisters, and to continue to inspire him and give him plenty of health and wealth to continue. I also want to ask the Most High to continue to be with us as a nation. Ask the Most High to continue to be with the brothers and the sisters that praise on his name, hopefully, and if that's a word, and continue to guide and protect us and give us life so that we can continue to inspire and be righteous. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. I know the days are longer, so the Erev Shabbat services comes in a little later. Those of us who prep in advance are probably already chilling and relaxed. Those of us who are running around are probably just be able to sit down. So I'm grateful for those who are tuning in right now, and for those who might not tune in until later or tomorrow or days or week after. I ask the Most High to continue to bless you with any endeavors that you are tackling right now. So today's teaching, I wanted to get into, my title is Let's Talk About It. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, meaning the summertime is here. Yes, we are still in COVID-19, as much as a lot of us are getting out more and more, but we are still, involved in this pandemic. But I want us to not forget, with everything going on, whether it's the pandemic or the killings by the hands of other nations and other people, or even the black on black crime and everything else, let's not forget who we are. Let's not forget that we are the firstborn. We are the chosen people. We are the leaders. We are superior, as much as you might not think about it. So I want to just go into one little aspect, because we can talk about this for days and for hours and for weeks. But I just wanted to go into one little aspect of us realizing our worth and our superiority. And when I say that is because yes, everyone is protesting. Black Lives Matters. Yes, definitely. We're protesting, we're out there. But if y'all see, and just like my brother Prince Nateo, had a beautiful lesson last week, in reference to the whole Black Lives Matter movement and things like that, it's just like we have to realize that yes, a lot of our allies and things of that nature are out there with us to attempt to speak for us. But we have to realize the power that we have. And I know I've mentioned this before, like we hold a lot of power. And if we are in our right minds, we can do way more than we think we can do. But I wanted to go because I study fashion. That's my thing. I've been doing it for 15 plus years. So I wanted to go into that aspect of it. It's getting nice outside. And first thing we do is we take our clothes off or things like that. And I wanted to get into aspects of, knowing our worth, knowing our trend-setting aspects, which is another thing that Prince Nat always talks about. A lot of, we have those allies who are out there who are trying to speak for us and do that. But at the end of the day, they want to be us. You know what I mean? Like, they've been taking things from us. They've been trying to switch things up and make it their own. And this goes back. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of how they try to emulate us. And it's time for us to realize that. It's time for us to take that back. It's time for us to know our worth, especially as women. You know what I mean? In this stance that we're on, in this movement. And I put the quotations because it's right now. With black people, everything is a fad. So let's see how long it lasts. And I hope this awakenness goes on for a long time. But I want us to just, talk about it really quick. So we can talk about from the cornrows that we put in our hair, all the way down to the lips, to the hips, to the butt, to the music, to the dancing, to everything. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I study fashion, so I'm going to go into the dressing aspect of it all and a history of that. So, because of society and the years of abuse that we have endured, we fail to realize how superior we are. We fail to realize our power that we have. We fail to forget that we are the firstborns of Yah. We are the chosen people. Most High created all these nations. Let's not forget that. They didn't just pop out of nowhere. Most High created all of us. But we are the chosen. We are the firstborns. We are the lights that need to set these trends that we've been setting and continue to be the go-getters. You know what I mean? So we've been exploited on so many different aspects, especially as women. And what's crazy is that we're in the year of 2020 and, the big booties is in, the small waist is in, all of that is in. But we fail to realize for some of us, it's genetics. For some of us, this is us. We didn't have to do nothing. We didn't have to GMO ourselves. You get what I'm saying? This is just us. And they're trying to emulate that. You know what I mean? We can go back into, like I said, I do fashion. 1700s. Before the 1700s, let's go there. People were just baffled by the shape of the woman. They were baffled by this natural beauty that we already have. You know what I mean? They was like trying to figure out how this is possible, because to them it's straight up and down. You know what I mean? So it was trying to understand it, to the point that in the 1700s, women wore these cinch dresses with the petticoats underneath it, so that their hips are bigger and their butt are bigger. Now, if you was to research this or look into the life of fashion or things like that, it'll tell you, oh, it was just because they didn't want their dresses to drag. You got this dress made by a tailor. So they could have cut it shorter for you. You didn't have to wear a petticoat for it to be shorter. No, you put that underneath that initially to accentuate behind you. You know, so you have that sway that you didn't originally have. You know, and then as the time went on in like the 1780s, 1760s, 1780s, then you had the hips become bigger in the petticoat. Then you go on and they started to wear the bustiers to make their waist smaller when they're wearing these petticoats underneath with the big hips. You know, y'all weren't wearing that before. You were very colonial, even though colonialism was way after, but that's just the term so you guys can understand that it wasn't like this before. You know, the biggest things on them were their hats at one point. And then they started to accentuate the rest of their body. So these allies that are out here with us right now, let's not forget the history, even until at this minute, in this moment, they love this culture for what we bring to it because we are abstract. We are different. We are not up and down. We are not just salt and pepper. We are salt, pepper with the Cajun seasoning and this and that and everything else. You know, so we have to remember that. No one, like Prince Nat said last week, no one can, you can't speak for me. No one can speak for me. I set my own trend. The Most High has blessed me with this so that I can move the way I move because this is just natural. I don't have to alter myself. I don't have to go out there and be extra if we have this right state of mind, because some of us, we feel like we have to do this to become accepted. You know, if we get to the 1800s now, 1810, 1812, something like that, you have, which everybody know about the Hottentot, Hottentot Venus, which was Sarah Bartman and things like that, and became a spectacle. Like they shipped her from Africa, South Africa, and shipped her to London so that she can be an exhibit, so that she can be part of a showcase, Broadway, bright lights, and she's standing there embarrassed and being just like, you know, a spectacle. And this is just her. She don't have the bells and whistles, the bells and whistles. She don't have the glasses and all of this stuff. Like she don't have that. She's just herself. And people are looking upon her as if, wow, what are these people? What's going on? How is that possible? You know what I mean? This is sorcery. Like, what is it? You know what I mean? So if we go back into the nature of who we really are, we don't have to, you know, do all of these extra mutilating of the body or trying to be someone else, because we already that. You know what I mean? Like we is what it is. Like we was born with that. So if you go into really quickly, I'm gonna go into Deuteronomy 12:30. Oh, thank you, Ellie. You're so nice. Oh, before I do that, because I was trying to do the end screen thing and I couldn't really get it together. So what I did was I just made screenshots on my phone. So those who do not know, you can always Google and you can always go on and find all this information. But if you can just see right here, this, if you look at it, I don't know if you can read it, but this was like an advertisement for the London show, or when people come into Africa and looking at these women. No, she don't have a bustier on. That's her. I'll get to the picture with the women who's trying to emulate her. You know what I mean? If you look down here, general admission sales and things like that. Like this was the Barnum and Bailey Circus. You know what I mean? All right, so this is the picture that I wanted to show, and I really was hoping. Hold on. You have 1784. You see that really small waist, cinched in, all the bustling. You see all of this coming from behind, things of that nature. Then, once we get a little further, now they want to accentuate the hips. They want to have the cleavage. They want to have the small waist and things of that nature so that they can emulate this spectacular people that they didn't know anything about. All 1700s. This is all they wore. This is all they wore. You know? Like I said, at one point the biggest things that women would wear were their hats. Then they started to accentuate the hips and things of that nature. Okay, so let's go to Deuteronomy 12 verse 30. Hallelujah. Take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them. After that they be destroyed from before thee. And that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so I will do likewise. A statement like this is basically, once you get involved in so much of what these other people are doing, what these allies are doing, and not, recognizing what you are and where you are from, you start to get into, whoa, what are they doing? What's going on over there? Then it starts leading to a lot of other blasphemy. It starts leading to a lot of other foolery. It's not just about the dress or what they're doing, or I need to talk like them, or things like that. Now you want to get into forgetting who the Most High is. I want to go and serve who they serve, because clearly they're prospering. Clearly they're the better. Clearly they're superior. So I want to do what they do, not realize that the Most High already has a plan to destroy those people. But because you're following to be as those who are not you, you will be destroyed along with them. You will be caught in that snare. You will be right over there like that, mouse going to the mouse trap and getting caught in it, because you want to see what's over there. You want to see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like staring a little left. A lot of us, over the years and upon the years and years, I've heard so many people who used to do this way of life, and then they stopped or they backslided for a little while, and they went out to a party on Friday night, things like that. Party got shot up. One of their friends died right next to them, or right before they entered or left, party got shot up. Something happened. Make them wake up. Make them wake up. Because you already know that this is not the place for you. You know you're supposed to be in your home, serving the Most High, giving up them prayers. It's time to relax. It's time to cease. You can do that other days out the week, especially if you live in New York City. There's something going on every day, So let's not get involved with following those other people. Let's not get involved in trying to see what they're doing or being a part of that squad and things of that nature, and getting caught up and most likely destroyed with those people. I'm going to also go into real quick. I'm going to touch on it. It's always so controversial, but I'm going to touch on it. I'm going to touch on when it comes to the pants versus the skirts. I'm going to touch on it. You know why? And I said any information that you want is available to Google. But like I said, I study this, so a lot of it is just knowledge. So whether you're in a Middle Eastern country, whether you're in an Asian country, European country, American country, South American, Hispanic, women wore certain dress. You know what I mean? That's just what they did. They wore certain dress not to show the difference, not to show superiority. It was basically the covering of your body. It was, the covering, whether from the sun, whether it's covering from your nakedness, as the Most High has told us, or whatever it was. However you want to take this, because we can go back and forth however you want to take of how they were dressed. But at the end of the day, in every country, if you look at history, the women dressed in coverings, whether it was head to toe, shoulders to toe, or whatever it was. When we had to get down to the nitty gritty, because as women, we were not sitting down just having babies and things like that. We were raising children. We were also out there in the crops in the field and preparing dinner and getting that fire going, whatever. We washing our clothes in the rivers and everything else. So you had to, yes, tie up the bottom of your skirt. Yes, your ankles were showing. Okay, no one was dragging. But at the end of the day, you tied it up a little bit. You got to work and did what you had to do. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's far in between that things can't be done with your coverings on, whether it's a dress, whether it's a long skirt, or whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna touch on it because yes, everybody knows Deuteronomy 22. Don't wear the garments that pertain to a man. Men don't wear garments pertain to a woman. We got it. We know it. But at the same time, I don't think people know the extent of, let me tell you something. In the 1920s is when women started to wear pants. 1920s. Okay? Women weren't really wearing that before that. They weren't. Why? They weren't. History showed it. This is the coverings. This is, the certain A-line dresses. A-line dresses was what it was. The Stepford wife dress and things like that. This is what it was. You know what I mean? And let's keep it 100. A lot of people out there who are fiending to wear it, but some of y'all might look better in a dress. Try it out. It might be your thing. Let's not just go against it because the masses are wearing pants or because they make women pants now. Because at the end of the day, the pants coming into the women aspect wasn't until the 1920s. Why? Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Because women started to get certain type of rights and feel liberated and things of that nature. And you know what? Yes, we wanted to work and we wanted to do these things. And there's nothing wrong with a woman working. I've always worked. I've always did that. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not coming on here saying that. But we felt as if we needed to be equal, then we have to wear what they wear. We have to do what they do. A woman smoking a cigar or something like that, taboo. A woman doing that, that's like 1920s with the Chanel suit, Yves Saint Laurent. They came up with these pantsuits, the smoking pants, things like that. It was all emulated because we wanted to be like the man. We couldn't just help the fact that, we could do these things in a skirt. That wasn't good enough for us. So we had to take on this persona, and then that's what also changes the mentality. You changes the mentality now, like, oh, well, I can do what he's doing, I can do that as well. I don't need him, I don't need none of them, I don't have, you know what I mean? And that's when it becomes very unrighteous. I'm trying to be politically correct here, you know what I mean? So, when they start to have those certain mentalities and things like that, it's because we wanted to wear the pants. Where did y'all think that statement came from? So all of this is just to say that, yes, things change and times change and fashion changes, but you can still be yourself. You can still be modest and wear and be in a woman's place without captivating these things from these other nations and trying to be as per these other people. You know what I mean? And when I say these other people, the Chanel suit and the power suit and the smoking pant, that's American. Granted, it was Parisian and French designers, but it was very geared towards Americans because Middle Eastern is still taboo. I know a lot of people, or just know from knowledge, if you travel across seas and things of that nature, and you go to Dubai and all these other places, you can't get into a lot of places with pants on or a tank top. Even with this shirt on, I probably can't even get into those places because that's not how you're supposed to be. That's not how you're supposed to present yourself. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that this is coming across correctly. I'm not trying to be, I'm just trying to show that we could be great as who we are. We can be great wearing what we wear. We can be amazing. That's my favorite word. We can be fabulous being just who we are, being the people of the Most High. The people of the Most High's people, we are a Middle Eastern type of people. You know what I mean? This American society is not really us. And we've adapted because we're here, but let's just be us. How many times I've walked down the street and people just, oh my gosh, that is nice. Oh, you look beautiful. And it's not too much, and it's just, I just wanted to put that out there that we try so hard to do things of this nation, but there are so many of them who want to be like us. Like, have you ever been to Atlantic Annick? It's a big street fair. Of course, it's canceled this year, but it's a big street fair with vendors and this and that. And a lot of them are very Afrocentric and things of that nature. And so many, wink, wink, of the other nations there buying those printed clothes and the head wraps and getting their hair braided and buying those, you know, Middle Eastern and like what they call African woven baskets to put in their homes and for storage purposes. But they love that culture. Let's embrace it more. You know what I mean? Let's just be us. You know what I mean? Let's not get confused with all these allies that we're developing in all these protests, thinking that they can speak for us and they can do for us, because at the end of the day, they want to be us. I talked about the cornrows, and I'm going to get into this real quick. If you ever research cornrows, whether it was in the African, Middle Eastern, Colombian, Hispanic slaveries, you know, those cornrows were put there to relay messages. We put cornrows in each other's hair to become maps. That was our GPS to get up out of there. You know what I mean? That was our GPS to find freedom. The buns, you know, have you ever seen some cornrows that have the buns here, the buns here, the buns, you know, or whatever, if you look at it, a lot of the buns were actually a landmark, or it was your destination. You know, so our cornrows mean something to us. That's ours. The cornrows can't even hold in certain nations' hair. You know what I mean? They put cornrows in their hair and they got to take aspirin and Advil after it, because it's not for them. That's for us. You know what I mean? I have cornrows in the hair right now, but I'm not going to show y'all. But, you know, the designs and the patterns that are so cool, that came from somewhere. You know what I mean? So let's research more of our own. You know what I mean? Let's be more of us and make this movement mean more than just Black Lives Matter. Let's make it more than just the police brutality. This is the time. They're supposed to be listening, so let's do it. You know what I mean? So I had a few more things, and I feel like I'm rambling. So I'm going to stop here. I just wanted to end out with one thing. If you all can just come with me to Proverbs 4:23, I think I had, yes. Okay, 4:23. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Above all else, guard your heart, for everything else you do flows through it. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, we all know that the heart is just a blood pumping vessel. We know that the heart transfers life. We understand that. Of course, the Most High gives us the heart its power to do that. But we know that the purpose of the heart. But biblically speaking, the heart represents our passion, our emotion, our intellectual, our morals. Because at the end of the day, when we have life, we have to use our emotions, our intellect, and our moral standards to live as well. The heart not just gives life, like, just generally speaking, but it gives life because while you still have life, you could bring forth so much more. We need to protect our heart because, as the Proverbs said, everything flows from that center. Everything flows. If your heart is right, your mind is right, and everything flows properly, then you can produce and you can share properly. Our spiritual condition reveals itself in our actions. A leader understands this and protects their spiritual core at all costs, regardless of what is going on. You protect yourself because you're a leader at all costs, and you share and reveal your actions righteously and positively. So I'm just going to end this out with a prayer. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Toda Yah, for all things and everything that you have given us. I pray, O Most High, that anything that I have said here, even in my nervousness, that I have not deterred anybody, I have not angered anybody, but maybe influenced other people to do research, embrace themselves, and love themselves. I pray, O Most High, that anybody who are watching or who will watch will continue to observe your name righteously, who will continue to read your laws, who will continue to walk in your path and your righteousness every day, so they can understand you are a shield on a daily basis. I give all praises to you, O Most High. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Have a good night.